stream, guys. First time we've done a evening stream in a while, so we're gonna get right into it. Down here, it's a limp pot. Flop two pair. C bet take it down. King 9-6 suited. If it's folded around to us, we will be opening. A bottom left here, we open A6 suited. So yeah, we got Twitch and YouTube should be up and running soon. Make sure you guys, as you file in, hit that thumbs up button. It does help promo the stream. And kind of gets it out there a little bit more. Been averaging, I don't know, between 10 and 15 between the two streams lately. I'm not sure how the 9:30 stream time goes, but I guess we'll find out here tonight. But yeah, we have 8 tables of NL50 up and running, and we're just going to roll with that for now. Pull that out of the way. We're just going to keep it to 8 tables. That's what the stream is set to. Down here against this villain, we just have to call. King 9 does flop trip, so it gets paid here. He's been playing pretty much every hand. The fact that he had a 9 kind of is what it is. He's going to have all kinds of random things in his range, so we're not going to be doing anything but calling there, pretty much always against that particular villain. Up here, we win a small hand with ace deuce suited. Okay. Okay, we're gonna check to him. We open, he tiny 3-bet, we call, and now he's gone full pot. I imagine he has a lot of like aces and kings in his range, given he's a recreational and then tiny 3-bet us. We're gonna keep rolling with it. Five's not great. Obviously, Jackson 10 is going to be in his range as well. He goes full pot again. I think at this point we just want to stick it in. I think it's going to be hard for us to get paid on the river. We could call and then shove river. But if he had like queens, kings, aces, especially if he has a diamond, he's never folding. On the river, he might check those back. And if we do run into the boat, so be it. He is just aces without the diamond. That is fine. Could argue maybe just calling it turn as well. So we're just dodging an ace or a 5. It looks like queen of hearts. Nice. Another card though that would have killed action. So I think when he goes 3-bet pot, we can, and has 80% of his stack in there, we can pretty comfortably just put the rest of the money in. I don't think he's planning to fold at any point, but he could probably fold the aces there without the diamond for sure. Okay, 7-5, folding the 9-3 off. The stream should be live here in a few minutes. Guess we'll peel 1. I think it's kind of whatever. Over here, we go for some pretty thin value with third pair. Flop kind of went check, 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 check. I think he'll call worse 8s. He could just call ace high. If we get raised, we have a pretty easy fold. I think a diamond like a queen would have called by now. So yeah, if he's calling pocket 4s there, we want to be value betting pretty much everything and almost never bluffing against him in those spots because all our value is going to come from essentially just making the best hand and rolling with it. Okay, so that's up and running. And we'll just see if the stream is up yet. Stream's up and running now. Should be good on Twitch as well, I would think. Get that. Get out of the way here. Okay, so we're up and running. Twitch is up. YouTube's up. We're at 50 and 5 minutes into the stream. So yeah, we're on about a 4 minute delay, which should be more than good to never get um, caught in a hand. Okay. Is there any tables we want to leave? We got a really good ninth table that just popped up. I'm just trying to see. Well, I'll just keep it off table for now, and if any of these tables get significantly worse, we can flip it over. But as of right now, we got pretty good tables. Pretty much, it's fine. We don't need the player note to save. Pretty decent tables, sort of all over the map. Okay, down here in the bottom left, we're just going to. I think we just jam tens over this guy. He's got such a short stack. 32 bigs, 3 bet to 8 big blinds. He's going to have all kinds of like king, queen, ace, king, pocket nines, pocket eights, pocket sevens, probably potentially even all the pocket pairs. So I don't know why you would slow roll that, but that's fine. Sometimes you just run into it as well. Maybe he's playing other tables, you know. Oh, we get a chop out of it. Now we need a 10. Spades are no good. Hey, we get some of that back. We'll happily take that. Okay, down here, ace queen suited. What happened? They limped in. Yeah, we were limped. They limped. Limp called. We are gonna bluff on that king. So limp calls. I'm not sure if I want to jam this or not. I think when we don't have spades, we want to jam, but we also beat like uh yeah, I think I'm just gonna jam. Beat all of his spade draws though, so I don't know if jamming's good or not here. We're trying to fold out like sevens, nines, sixes, five, obviously not sixes but fives, like those types of hands. He does call king ten, so called the flop with nothing. Limp called king ten, called flop, bink the king, and then tank um, called river. That's fine. Over here we have 6-7. We called big blind. Um, check raised flop. He called, and then we just shove turn. Okay, just dodging a couple outers here. Yes, happily run it twice for him. Good start. Nice. Okay, got our bluff back. Okay, who's calling? We are gonna bet. I'm not gonna go too big. We're kind of just targeting ace. Maybe like pocket sevens, stuff like that. Sixes, fives. Okay, we take it down. Over here, we open ace 10 offsuit on the button. And we see bet. Okay, and we'll just skip this up. Sorry, just making some adjustments to the stream here quick. Okay. We get check raised. It's pretty small. I think we call one. And we just call river. Okay. Take one down. Okay, I'm just making a few adjustments here on the stream quick. All right. Okay. Online poker, GG poker, national challenge, poker blog, SMP, blah 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 blah. That'll do. Okay. Uh, that's right. It's not anything I was thinking. Okay. So just get back to the stream here. Unfortunately, we get called here. We three bet free. He calls. We blast flop. He calls, and we spike the king on the river. I don't really think we want to jam here too often. I think we'll just check the king now. That's insanity. There is some value in shoving that king, but a lot of his range can be like ace kings and king queens and jack tens that really get there. I don't think there's going to be too many hands that king 10 beats. Um, so I don't want to get, I think it might be a little too thin in that particular spot. Here we have ace jack. We're just going to call. Okay. It's a bit of an unfortunate run out because now we're chopping with all the aces. Um, but we will go for a small raise. He's definitely can call it 9x here, at least for some portion of the time. I think he does. Yeah, he does end up folding. We take it down. Here at the king 7 suited, Dr. Gonzo. I'm just going to call. This guy is bonkers down here with the ace king. So he limp called a 10x ISO raise. So I'm just going to go big here, 2 overcards, and the nut flush draw. He does end up folding. You could argue going 3/4 shove or overbet shove turn. We're happy to get the money in there or just get a fold, realistically. We have been getting our win rate back a little bit lately. Previously was down pretty heavy, to be honest. So nice to see that turning around a little bit. We were dipping to like 9.5 BBs per 100. So we've over the last like 3 or 4 weeks, we've managed to get that back up quite a bit. Here, our cutoff open, we decided to just call the king queen offsuit. Definitely 3-bet there some portion of the time as well, but generally speaking, the offsuit king queen just calling. And we're going to block bet here. And we do end up just taking it down. That we lost to the straight there, but Villavers is showing his hand to us. Okay, pick up ace queen. We have a note that he wasn't four betting ace king, so that's just going to make ace queen pretty profitable. So we know if we get four bet, he's going to be extremely tight, and he's just going to be calling a whole bunch of stuff that we are ahead of significant portions on. Okay, here we pick up ace king suited. And we forgot to raise it. We will raise it now. Now over here, we three with pocket sevens. I'm just going to blast this flop. And take it down. It's just going to be really hard for him to have anything there. Queens, aces, ace queen is probably going to be his best hand. But we have all the ace X, all the queens. Okay, up here we're all in with ace queen off. Against king seven offsuit, that's fine. It's like a 12 big stack. Pretty expected, to be honest. And up here, we're taking the bet check bet line with the ace 10. We're just going to call the river lead out from villain, chop it up. And back over here. Okay, pretty good flop for him. He's got king sevens, and he picks up four more eights outs with the 8. And he does drill the 7, unfortunately. So we need an ace or a queen to get us out of this. Doesn't come. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Okay, we're going to call the 10-8. Pretty good flop. Over here, we have 6-7 suited. We raised, got called, and we're barreling the board, of course. And we're going to lead out here. He does raise, which generally is going to be a relatively strong hand. I think villains make quite a lot of mistakes in that spot versus donk lead. They're going to raise like their 10s, jacks, queens a lot. Now, the question is, can we bump him? I think he checks back turn. He doesn't fold. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go big here, actually. I think the only way we get him to fold like 10s plus is to go really big here, and he does call, unfortunately. It's clear as day at queens or something like that. Probably a bad idea to try to get a recreational player to fold an overpair. Our initial gut was to just shut it down. We should have stuck with that. Knowing like full on that he has 10s plus in that scenario. Okay, we open the 3-bet the jacks or ISO big and we get called. Hold on a second. We got some hands brewing here. Okay, so this one's easy. We're just going all in. Pretty straightforward there. We're losing to queen 9, and that's it. It's a big draw. We need no club, no 9. Good start. Good turn. Tables are extremely good right now, which is nice to see. So we are on Twitch and on YouTube. So we're chasing 100K. We've done a few bankroll challenge for those of you who are new to the channel. Here at Pick Up Pocket Aces. We'll be 3-betting this villain. Um, we ran, I think, 500 up to whatever it was, 1K, 10K, something like that. I can't remember. It's in the description of the channel. And then we ran 1K up to 20K. And now we're trying to get to a 100K bankroll, starting over 1K to 100K essentially now. Here's the new goal. No luck with the aces. Villain just folds. Okay. 7-4 off, small blind. Okay, so I do have a really good ninth table, but I have. Okay, this table. I'm going to get rid of this table here, and we're going to replace it with this table over here. There we go. And we'll just readjust this. Sorry about that. Do 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 do. We are going to be calling if the villain leads into us. Otherwise, we'll just check down. Okay. Over here, this guy limp called. We are just going to be check calling if he bets at any point. There was no plan to fold at any point in this hand to this villain. His range is just way too wide. Uh, Especially on a paired board when you have an ace, like it's almost the equivalent of like a decent top pair against somebody who's playing 73 VPIP. You're just gonna have way too many hands to be folding hand type. Up here we raise 10, small blind calls, ace queen 4. You check here some portions of the time. I think it just plays easier to c bet. Uh, and just kind of let villain give up a lot of the time. He does call, and versus the full pot river bet, we will fold. King 4 suited. Okay, down here in the bottom right, we're going to be check raising on this board. Okay, it's a pretty good turn card. Calls the check raise, and we'll block bet turn. Once he comes over the top, I think it starts to become it's pretty likely that he just has a very strong value hand. Um, Villains just don't bluff enough, especially recreationals, especially in this spot after being check raised on flop. You could argue that our turn sizing induces it, but against a rec, again, I don't think that happens. I think he just takes the easy way out. So he has a hand that wants value, essentially, is what I would assume. Uh, and we can just kind of get out of the way, having run into it. Okay, King 10. First a 3.5x open. We're just going to let that one go. Elite Race Academy says, yo, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's your night going? Okay, Jack 8 diamonds. We're going to be opening up that or ISO raising. Okay. And then up here, villain called out of the big blind. We see bet this flop. He called. Jack Queen did get there. Um, I think with two pair, we still need to go for more value. It's probably ace 10, ace 7, Jack Queen. And it looks like he did make the nuts with Jack Queen. Again, not the villain who's going to be bluffing here. Facing an early position open, a barrel, and then another barrel on this board. So I would be shocked to see at least something worse than like ace. Well, definitely something worse than our hand. I would be surprised to see. We will let it go. Okay. Jack three suited in the big blind. Down here, we're just calling. We open tree, villain called. Just on a what is that? Big blind stack, and then shove flop. Yeah, we got a few hands brewing. We got king 10 suited over here, and we got queen jack offsuit down here. We squeezed against the open limp and small blind call. Okay, we're gonna feel pretty good about our hand here, being king 10. Um, I think most of the king X ranges are going to re-raise here or fold. So we'll just be going for value. If it was against Dr. Gonzo, maybe we go a little bit smaller and shove turns. Okay, here we pick up pocket queens, and we're going to be three betting Kronos again. And up here, what happened here? Yeah, so we raised three bets at the big blind, and we called. And he checks to us. We're just going to be value betting here. And here in the top right, obviously we're just going to be getting it in. We've three bet Kronos like 4 or 5 times now. So he has five bet us. But yeah, we're sorry, four bet us. Finally, looks like we did run into aces though, as usual. Honestly, that's pretty much all that happens when you lose pre-flop at this state. You're just running into it. Did win a 43 big blind pot here, so that'll help counteract the run. The queens and aces. Queen ball one time. Let's get it. At least be paint. No, GG's. All right. He doubles up through us here. 3%. Queens are just too strong there, I think. And calling out of position, there's just going to be so many flops where there's a king or an ace. Uh, it's not going to play out very well. So obviously, we just get it in. It's cooler. It is what it is. Okay, we're here at Queen 10 offsuit. Under the gun opens, we're just going to fold. It is an extremely nitty pool, though. You know, so it's honestly like when you get, if you shove queens and they call, you're fucked. And they probably don't four bet enough. Honestly, sometimes at these tables, you almost feel like you should only be getting aces in pre-flop. Obviously, that's not correct or reality, but it does feel like that's some portion of the time. Okay, and we're gonna ISO this guy again, of course. And he does fold. Okay, we're three betting the queen jack suited. Here we do end up turning the nizzles. We are going to bet here. I don't expect anybody to bluff, so we want them to call when they have a diamond. So I do have the ace of diamonds, so I'm not going in big. If we had like jack 10 diamonds, it would go bigger because they're going to call their ace x of diamonds. Pretty good portion of the time. Oh, baby. I think we might have run into diamonds. Maybe 5-6, maybe ace 5. Nice. And we win a good sized pot over here with two pair. Okay, so he raises river. We just jam it. We find out where this villain's at. Would love to get that queens versus aces hand back. Nice. So he did have the straight in the end. That's fine. Not much you can do there. He should be able to fold the ace 5 though. Obviously, you can't fold 100% of the time, but you can definitely get away from that some portion of the time. 5-6, probably not. I think you probably call. I mean, if he had ace 5 with the ace of diamonds, it's less likely I have the ace of diamonds to be shoving there with. Also, a lot of the bluffs that I would have are going to be ace x of diamonds. Uh, so maybe not having the diamond is best in that specific spot. So up here, what even happened in this hand? I think I just defended in a big blind probably. And was that flop? Good. And for a bet turn. And also bet river. And we do get called. Nice. Okay, up here, we open pre-checked back. Second pair kicker. Oh my gosh, why am I timing it everywhere? Get the bets in. Okay, so we take that down. Jack 10, we get 3-bet. Really small, so we are going to call here. And then down here, we go pretty big on the flop, and we do get called. So we're just going to be going for value here, of course. If he's willing to call a big bet on the flop, there's a good chance he's still going to call on the 5 of hearts. Okay, we win another small pot over here against that same villain. He does end up letting it go. Up to 10-7. Appreciate everybody checking out the stream. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. It does help promo it and get it out to more people. I'm trying to grow it. Yeah, the channel. Focusing in on doing a lot more videos and shorts consistently, like once a week again. Getting back to kind of our dates that we used to do. Okay, pocket sixes. We're just going to bump those up from the cutoff. And we're going to go table hunting here now. Okay, here we bump up the king jack suited. Okay. We're on the wait list for a couple tables. We will dump this one if they pop up, just because it's four-handed now. And we do barrel into Chewy. He's obviously calling too wide. The thing is, if villains don't know enough to fold pocket pairs to a 3-bet and they set mine every time, there's going to be mass overfolding to um, continuation bets against 3-bets. So we want to be pushing that. Brazilian Banache raises, we call. And down here, we pick up pocket kings. Here we have 10-8 suited. We raised. He called, or sorry, he 3-bet us. We called the 10-8 suited. And we do flop pretty good. Flop top pair. Here at the kings, we raised. We got 2 callers. And up here, we're just going to block bet now on the river. We get led into, which is a little bit more interesting. We're going to bump it up, just small. We do make a bit of a quote-unquote hero call here at the 10-8 suited. And pull up the hand history there quickly. So if we can get it in there, yeah. So villain tiny 3-bet us pre-flop, flop we checked, e-bet we called, turn went check check. We led small on the river like a block bet, and he decided to raise it. He did decide to raise it, and we obviously call here. Once he checks turn, he's pretty capped to having marginal hands, or pretty much just like some weak showdown value, like an ace X or king X. So once we donk lead and then he raises us, it pretty much pushes him into the I have nothing category. Because if he had a hand, he would not have been checked that turn. Very often. Obviously, sometimes your read's going to be off, but generally speaking, his line just didn't make sense for value. And he's 3-bet us tiny like that a few times, so I do find you get Rex who are doing that because they saw some like pro doing it or watched a couple videos and they talked about doing these small 3-bets and stuff, but implementing them is harder than I think people think. But anyways. Okay, down here we have 4-3 suited. We're going to bump that up. And up here in the top right, we pick up Queen 10 suited. We open button. We get 3-bet pretty small, and then he c-bets pretty small. We call both. And over here, we defend the big blind with King 2 suited. We're going to check to the opener. He checks back. And then over here, villain tiny 3-bet, c-bet tiny on the flop. And then he checks the king and then checks the river. I just has like pocket tens. I don't think we get called by much worse here. And you do run, I was going to say, you do run into some random king X there too. So we'll just check that down. Okay, pocket eights, we're going to bump those up. Okay, jack deuce off, ace 9 suited, we're bumping up. Okay, here we call and defend the ace deuce suited in the big blind. This guy just doing this again here. What happened here? Re-raise, we folded. Check bet, fold. Okay, I'll check bet. See if he folds again or not. Calls this time. So, given that he's shown a willingness to sort of skew here and there with some bluffs, I actually think I'm going to bet small. I was considering checking to let him bluff, but I don't think he bluffs off, or he's just going to bluff anyways. I was going to say, I don't think he bluffs often enough. If we check, he has too much showdown value, so like I think pocket eights would just check back there quite often. So hopefully some of these tables open up here sooner than later. And we're just going to defend the king jack suited again. Villain's been making quite a few mistakes post flop, so we'll just kind of work to capitalize on that. We're just going to check now. Interesting. Pocket threes. And we three bet. We just got a little bit of a bad beat here. He limp called king deuce suited. Flop was ace of diamonds, seven of clubs, five of spades. We see bet three quarters pot, and he called king deuce spades, and then went runner runner for the flush. Check back works great in that scenario here with the jack jack ace because we will check back an ace a lot of the time there. And if villain double checks to us, he's just essentially just giving up almost always. Okay. And up here, we value bet after being checked to twice on the turn, and we spike the not flush on the river, so now we're going to value bet again with a significantly stronger hand. Nice. We're probably going to fold if he wins last turn here. Interesting. Probably have to call this, right? Yeah. The guy's just spewing. Up here, we're just getting melted a little bit. We three bet. He called. Tiny bet, tiny bet, tiny bet. Unfortunately, we just don't really have anything. Part of me wants to just jam here, but like he has so many sets and two pairs and straights. This scenario, it's not worth it. Okay, here pick up ace jack suited. Facing the undergun open limp, we barrel. Yeah, we're gonna see bet here. Okay. Um, guess we just check. Okay, we're beating 10x now. Jack's a pretty good card for us. Villain's overly, yeah, okay. We're just gonna fold. He just has king 10, king jack. Suited, probably. Pocket four some portion of the time. I feel like you're not going to hear me talk about what bluffs villain has very often because it's very rare that they actually show up with a bluff, especially in those types of lines. Like if he's limp calling and now he's like blasting all of a sudden, he's obviously limp called hit. Um, so we just want to kind of get out of the way. Okay. Pick up the ace four. We're going to bump that up. Okay. Pick up ace king down here out of the gun. We're going to raise. And then we got jack deuce up here. We fold and we fold the 10-7 over here. Okay. 8-6. Nice. Value bet. Villains mass overfold once they check flop, so we want to do a lot of barreling on the turn when the flop goes check check. Hmm. Here with the ace king, I think we just check. You just snap shoves 14 bigs. Hmm. I'm not going to call that. I think I'll just let that one go. Close. It is close. Okay. So we do have another table up now. 8-6. We raised pre, got called, and we're just c-betting against villain as well. There's actually a GTO session that just came out that talked about having one sizing on the flop and how little EV you actually lose doing that. So we've tried it out. Okay, we win, and we are leaving this table and replacing it over here. Okay, so two big hands here. We have ace king on table 7 and aces on table 8. We do flop ace king, and we're just going to be blasting and then shoving a lot of turns. Because of the wet board, we're going to be shoving almost every turn with bluffs. So we're going to be doing it with our strong value hands as well. Queens aren't great. We do lose to king, queen, and jack 10 now. We still are going to be jamming this with all the flush draws and straight draws that are out there. Once he snaps, it's just king, queen every single time. Give me, you suck. This guy just runs too good, and it's annoying. Okay, and with the aces, the villain just folds. So we've been stacked twice by this Kronos guy, or would be in a significantly better standing so far. We ran queens into his aces, then we ran ace king into king queen, and we got two outed on the turn. Again, we are just shoving there all the time, though. With our bluffs and our value hands. Ace 7 here, we're just folding. Okay. We do four bet king queen off or fold. Okay. This guy just like runs so good, it's crazy. I swear, every time he sits down at the table, he just like hits instantly. First hand against me today, like NL 100 sat down, played his first hand, big blind versus small blind. I had pocket queens, he had pocket aces. We ran right into it, just like this. I guarantee you, he has aces right here. Just like the way he called the four bet, and he's calling this flop. Like I guarantee you, it's snap call aces, aces, ace king. Close enough. But I told you. It's crazy though. They actually called the ace king there. I feel like with this villain calling, he should be just kind of shoving more off. We're three betting pocket nines here. Here we pick up pocket tens. Okay, here with the deuces. We're gonna bump that up. We're just gonna fold now. And with king deuce suited, we'll bump this. Fold six deuce. Johnny Dooms says, how goes the challenge as of today? We're about 6,800 right now. So overall, pretty good. We've had a few coolers over the last 20 minutes, but overall, pretty good. And we default to the three bet. Okay, we three bet down here. Ace queen suited. We get called, and we're just going to be value betting. And down here, pocket queens. We're going bigger because this particular villain loves to call. And over here, we're going to continue barreling on the queen. Actually, both villains fold here, unfortunately. Maybe we got a little too greedy. Beautiful run out. Obviously, we lose to pocket nines and pocket twos. We beat all the ace king, ace jack, ace 10, ace deuce, ace 4, type hands, queen 9 spades, ace 4, stuff like that. So money just goes in. Next. Snapjack, snap call. Could be a little bit scary. Uh, yeah, perfect. Yes, thanks, Johnny. Appreciate the support. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Also, feel free to slip over and check out the Twitch stream as well. Sometimes the Twitch is up or down and vice versa. It's always good to be up and running on both. Okay, pick up King Jack over here. I don't really like to call. I'd rather just squeeze with Candy out and just get this guy all in. Okay, call. Okay. We'll let this one go. Flop the Jack 4 suited. That's weird. Okay, we threw with fives down here. We did get called. I'm just going to stab very tiny on this board. I just think if he has like sevens and under, he folds. And he'll probably otherwise tell us his hand. This is not super exciting. We raise, so it goes raise, call, 3-bet, massive 4-bet to 35.9. It's just tough against Nitty Rex to think he has anything but kings and aces here. Called 4-bet, ace queen off, 150 bigs deep. Interesting. I still think he probably just has the nuts, but I don't. Ace king suited. Like, I think we just have to get the money in. I don't think there's much we can do here. Yeah, aces again. One of those days. 8. Oh my god. We're gonna get burned for 200 and some bigs with pocket eights. Like, that's such a terrible call. Oh, I don't. Karma Police is probably bullshit. Karma Police is coming for us, boys. We chirped his call. We hit the king. He's got the 2 outs though. It's nice. So we got a little chirpy, but we did hold on and managed to get there. So that's nice to see. I don't know why I still get so frustrated sometimes. Like, that's exactly what you want. Like, you want people being willing to call eights there because we have, aces, kings, queens, essentially jacks some portion of the time. But I mean, at best, you're flipping with the eights. It just seems like an awkward play. But that's fine. We did win, so we'll just move on from there. Down here, 200 bigs deep. I'm going to take a lower variance route, and I'm just going to call the deuces. And if we hit, great. If we don't, also, big deal. He does check, so here is most likely overcards. Pocket eights some portion of the time, maybe 7x. It does check call. So what hands check call? Ace X check calls. Um, Villain's over barrel prop pair for sure, even at a position. So it's not going to have a lot of queens because he's going to see bet that most often. Um, so we want to target a sizing that makes like 7x want to fold. Because he's just not going to have enough queen X in his range. Okay, up here with pocket fours, we're going to be bumping these up as well. Appreciate everybody who is checking out the stream. If you are on Twitch and not following, make sure you do, and vice versa. If you're watching over on Twitch, come on down to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and join the team. Uh, I am going to be giving out Twitch, or not the Twitch, sorry, but the Discord soon. Just so everybody can kind of hang out, see when the new videos are listed, all that kind of good stuff. Probably links to uh, hand to note and all that kind of stuff as well. Okay. Pocket nines down here. We opened. We got two callers. No three bets, so we can pretty much eliminate like tens plus from their range, portion of the time, anyways. Um, this is actually going to make our hand really easy to play. We're just going to be ahead. Yeah, like we're going to be massively ahead so often in that spot. We just made a mistake up here with the ace nine suited. You can definitely check this. Okay, we're going to block that river now. Three, nice. Ace deuce, unfortunately. Yes. So down here, he wants to run it twice. We'll happily run it twice here against the queen seven. Okay, we do hold for the first run out. And the second as well. Okay, pick up jacks over here. And okay, just bear with me here for a second. We got a lot going on. And we just made a mistake. Okay, so we have sixes over here. We opened, we got called. I'm just going to see bet small against that villain. He snap calls. Interesting. We will check here. Down here with the 8-5, we are going to peel one, pair, and the diamond draw. And we're going to open the king 8 suited on here. Oops, wrong sizing. And down here, we'll check to villain. Nice. I was going to say, we expect to be ahead quite often in this scenario against this villain. Pretty bad flop for jacks. With no diamond, there's king on board. I think I'm just going to fold and move on. Here with the ace queen, we have an under the gun open. We have a bunch of callers. We're going to squeeze here. Nova could definitely be setting us up with a pretty strong hand. Potentially, it would be a very good play for him because he knows that we're going to squeeze pretty much every time. If he doesn't raise us here, it's just terrible. It doesn't matter what he has, it's just bad. Unless he has pocket aces. If he has pocket aces here, that's fine. Outside of that, it's not a good position to be playing twice. So interesting. Boone Dizzle checking there is also very interesting. A lot of the time, it's either like pocket kings or like tens or jacks. And if they raise here, we're just going to be folding. Okay, now it's very interesting. Oh, man, that was a weird hand. There's absolutely no hand Nova Poker should have there that like when it goes bet call call raise like that. It just nothing really makes sense there, right? Let me just run that hand back. Yeah, so raise, call, we three bet, then he cold calls, and then he cold calls. It was probably like pocket sevens or something similar to that. Very, very weird line though. And now we're cold four bet. We are just gonna fold. Get out of the way. And up here, we're just going to be c-betting. So limp calls, donk leads turn. I'm just going to call down. It's a very straight line. Okay. So that guy will obviously be free money. It's a matter of time before it makes its way to us from him. Fold the 9 deuce. Okay. Okay, up here with the 8-7 suited, we're going to bump that up. Great. Over here we have ace jack offsuit. And we're going to hold 3-bet here. Okay. So limp ISO 3-bet cold calls. Donk shoves. I have to call. Can't fold to a pot size bet there, but what do you do? So annoying. Well played. Open limp, jack 9 suited, MP, ISO, 214, rise, calm. Let's, ignore my bad spell. Oh, nice. We chop it out. Beautiful. Down here, I'm going to call with the ace queen. Specifically because I want lucky play 64 to be in the hand. No action. Not a typical play you're going to make there. Normally, you're just like squeezing the ace queen. But you have an ultra mega white whale there. You want to be some portion of the time, anyways, keeping him in the hand and being willing to take some potentially less EV or less like GTO approved, whatever you want to call it, perfect lines to kind of keep him in the hand some portion of the time. Generally speaking, though, like just like 3-betting and Nova Poker, they're folding those 6 bigs and collecting his and the big blind. I think that's an 8.5 collectors back, 8.5 big blind win. So that's pretty good. Here we pick up pocket aces, open under the gun. This table sucks, so we're gonna look for a new table. Sorry, table 2 is no good. So we're just gonna be browsing around here to find some slightly better tables. This time of night, there seem to be quite a few of them. Um, There we go. So yeah, we don't want to, we're still beating, I think, slightly beating all the regs, or at least like we all break even against each other, um, to a point. Okay, so we have aces here. We three bet the jacks over here. Get called again. We do have the ace of diamonds. This new table is just as bad. And this table's a little bit better, but still not very good. King Jack. I don't know if you consider that missed value or not. And up here, villain makes an awkward re-raise on the river. We do snap it off though. We win with 10s versus 9s. Okay. Now, what table were we going to leave? Sorry, just bear with me here. We're just trying to find a. I'm going to float here. River will take it. Of course, he has the flag. All right, so we're going to leave this table because there's no wrecks with any kind of stack. There's one really mega wreck at that table we just left, but he has like a 5 big blind stack. So we've switched out for this one. We got two nitty regs on our right, which isn't like the greatest. Uh, Over here, but we have three mega like wrecks that I don't even recognize over here. So okay, and over here with the three, so we do get in there. We're trying to get everybody's money now. Um, yeah, we're just gonna bet. Okay, we get re-raised. We're trying to get everybody's stack, but it's not gonna happen. We'll just get the one. We'll take the one. Fine with that. Okay, he does have quite a few outs though. More outs than you would expect when we have a boat. No king, no four, no 10. That's a three for quadsies. Okay, so down here, Nova opened under the gun. We three bet. He four bet. We called. Then he checks turn. That's like, oh, it's such a bad card. I feel like I've been so nitty lately. Like I gotta start betting these rivers more or something. I feel like this is like I don't think I can bet here. Like I think I have to check. Yeah, I was gonna say he just had aces way too much. Maybe we can bluff him off the aces. Super glad we saved a bunch of air we just left. Very happy we saved a ton of our stack there though. Okay, so what's going on here? We gotta pay attention. We got a heads up table going on. Against a, I believe, to be a pretty tight villain. I root a river card down here. Yeah, and then we just get potted into. Ugh, nasty. Nasty, nasty. Okay. Okay, we flop a monster here with the 3-4 suited. Take this pot down. Okay, we're three-handed here. Hmm. Interesting snap calls at the kings. I guess he blocks king queen. It is frustrating when they literally sit down and get kings and aces, though. Good check back. Maybe one thing we need to be cautious of against villains checking back because I think enough of them watch the stream, um, so we don't want to get pushed into bluffing too much. So there will be some scenarios to make sure we pull back on that. Can I pick up kings? Ooh, kings back to back. That's interesting. Okay, up here, pretty good flop for us. We open 5, 8, 6 suited. We get called. Okay, down here, kings. Villain does raise, so that's nice to see. And we do take it up here with a C bet. And if line punt, no, it doesn't. If he four bets, obviously we're just jamming kings. Okay, down here, jack 10 off, or just opening. Okay, and blasting. Okay, here we open king 10 under the gun, big blind calls. We just C bet this board. If I had like a 10 of spades or a king of spades, I'd usually go a bit smaller because I kind of want him to call flop and then fold to the turn barrel. And we have a lot more equity that we can turn with the spade in our hand. Got some new videos and new shorts and stuff out too. So if you guys haven't seen them, make sure you check that out. And here we're just going to go for a little bit of value with the nines. Oh, excuse me. Forgot to charge phone. Okay, here, pick up ace king. We're bumping that. It's been a little tight in the cutoff lately as well. So I'm just going to jam over 40 bigs. And we're flipping against tens. It's a good start. Okay, no ace, no king. Clubs. Ace, king, club. This king came just one card too early. Okay, down here, pick up kings, open under the gun. Art Vandelay calls. Roy Ruitt calls. Johnny Raz calls. So I'm going to jam here because it's going to look like ace king. If we run into aces, so be it. But I think if we jam, it looks more like ace king. And I think it increases the odds of running into somebody with like ace queen, pocket jacks, like that type of hand. That, I don't know why I snap called that. That was not a smart snap call. He obviously doesn't have aces. I'm assuming he has ace king, which decreases the odds of Cronus having aces. Fuck's sakes, man. It's the third time I've run into this guy with aces. So it's queens into aces, ace king into king queen, and now kings into aces again. It's so tilting. So I've lost 3 stacks to this guy. This guy's running hot. And you know this guy had ace king. Maybe queens. Take queen 8 offsuit up here. And ace jack off. Or ace jack suited down here. That was a big pot too. Well, it's hard to stay ahead of the game when you're just running into it every other hand. But so far, we've managed to stay up. We're still playing at 20 bigs per 100 right now. We've played, which table we got on here? Okay, obviously we're all in here. I just yeah, so we played about 2,100 hands. We're up about 200 right now. Got kings here, and we got ace king over here. Money's in good. We hit the king, pretty much dead to rights for this fella. And we get re-raised all in by the big blind, so that money goes in. Okay, he's got 10-8 off, and over here we're up against ace queen, dodging the 4-outer to the 10. Nice. We do hold. And over here, we're running it twice against 10-8 off. Good start. Nice. Do hold. So we get some of that back from that unfortunate run there. But yeah, that guy's on a mega heater. But anyway, so yeah, let's just pull. So that's for today. Yeah, so we're back up above. We're at 205 on the day. Our EV is actually shockingly lower than that. It's probably from that pocket eights hand actually that drove the difference. Either way, pretty happy to not be down a bunch, considering in the last like hour we've dropped 3 stacks to one villain. Cooler scenarios again. Queens and aces, small blind versus cutoff, kings and aces, and that crazy scenario there. And then whatever else we've had happen. Kings again. We'll see if we can turn something in here. Okay, pretty good board. London Voice says pre-recorded footage. Okay, I think we're just gonna jam this. Okay, pot. Where are we at here? No ace, no six, no queen. No ace, no six, no queen. Oh, for God's sakes, man. Queen. The kings have not been good to us. We've lost what? Stacks with kings, stacks with kings, stacks with queens, stacks with ace king. Oh man, this is an interesting game. My God. All right, we're cooked. GG's. I think that's the end of it for us. We just lost 2 more stacks. You're running cold, team. Drew runs pretty for the most part. Plays too many hands. 3 bets quite a bit. Well, that's pretty much all of our profit, I think, just demoed right there. So we got stacked, then we got stacked, then we ran into a set. We got 4 outed. Yeah, all gone. That's me. All gone in like 5 hands. I mean, in all honesty, the fact that we're still up technically, well, we're down because of rake the buy-in in the games is a little shocking, to be honest. But yeah, we were just at plus, we were just 6 buy-ins up. We are now up a buy-in. So we've dropped 5 buy-ins in the last like 30 seconds. Got bluffed in the one spot. Then the guy had set. Then we got re-outed or whatever the heck that was. 5 outed, 6 outed. Okay, cooked again here. You get the 8-5. We could just get there one time. That'd be phenomenal. But we ran into it up here at another table. It was like bet raised. This guy like cold called like a massive bet. Yeah, and then he just gets there. He's got on a heater. Ooh, man, we got to shake the tilt off because that was tilted. Okay, pretty good table here. So Mr. T's playing a ton of hands. That's this table here. It's the one we just got burned on. It was unfortunately very tilting. Wow, what a run. Look at this chart. Let me pull it up here. What table are we on? The 9-7 down here. Hold on. This is a wild swing. Nasty. Look at that. Phew. But come back from worse. But anyways, yeah, just a little bit of a swing there, unfortunately. So we were cruising right along. Went from negative, what, 160 all the way up to 3, and then we just like lost every bank hand over like what, 100 hands, not even. That 2250. Well, yeah, 150 hands basically. Gross. Man, that's a tough shake off. Pocket eights over here. We're gonna bump these up. Let's just try to get back into her here. Oh man, so tilted. Okay, interesting. Fold 10-5. We got some turning around here to do. Okay, not much going on right now. No cards on any tables. Maybe the king seven down here. Okay, pick up. Look at aces. See if we can get some action here. All right, we got aces on two tables. If we get stacks in here, maybe we could turn this around. Okay. Pancakes with the three bet, or sorry, with the open. And up here, big blind called and then donk went flop. And we just call here. Man, come on. Yeah. Okay, checks. We just check down. Boom, shaka, shaka, boom, shaka. Okay. Okay, we double barrel. I think we just have to go for it. Can't get full jack five. We're a little bit tilted, team. Okay. 10-9 off will bump up. Looks like Drew got lucky again. No. Nice. I win a small one down here, 10 deuce offsuit. Villain open limped button. Oh man, that was a tilting run. Anytime you drop 6 buy-ins over 100 hands, it's gonna tilt you a little bit. Okay, we get a stack in here with first 7 deuce flush. Small victories, grind it back up. Look, okay, here we pop trips. Okay. Lots of good tables here. Maybe we'll just take a break here and try to just kind of gather ourselves for a minute. Appreciate everybody checking out the stream though, for sure. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you are watching. Okay, pretty good double barrel spot over here. All the like pocket sevens, pocket eights that did like call free are going to be folding now. There's not a ton of draws out there. Some ace X type hands. Okay, well, whatever. They both station down. We just give up. Try like pocket sevens and ace four or something ridiculous. I would be shocked if you didn't have fours or deuces here, or jack ten exactly. Here we three bet the jack eight suited. Banger rank fold calls, which is interesting. We're just gonna go 10%. I have no idea what this guy has. We're just gonna get it out of the way though. King ten, pocket nines, pocket jacks, pocket queens, probably all in his range. Maybe not queens. Queens might shove pre, but I've lost all that back. Okay, we're through rating the ace jack off down here, and up here we have pocket kings. See if we can get some stacks in on the right side of things. Okay, three betting kings. Pick up ace king down here. See if the money goes in. That's the worst card in the deck. Best card in the deck down here. And no action on the king's hand. Villain just folds. He preserves his last 10 bigs. Guy's playing 70 VPIP. We pick up aces. Do at least get a call. And we're just going to be blasting against this villain. And he folds. Okay, bumping the sevens. All right, so we got a pretty good table that we just got opened up. I think we'll leave this table, bring this table in. Okay, take it down with the sevens. Happy to just get the showdown there with them. 6-3 suited. Okay, take it down with the double barrel down here. E6 off, we're just going to be folding. Not a spot we want to donk lead. This was just an error on our half. So kind of set ourselves up for that a little bit. Here we have pocket tens. Right? Uh, Flop checks around. Drew maybe like 8-9 here. 8-6. No. Didn't even three bet jacks, bro. Come on. How is this even a game? People are crazy. Oh wow, mega giant net. Okay, that's wild to see. I don't think anybody was that tight anymore. Okay, he had 7-8 suited. We're gonna ISO. And we're just snap folds coming now. Okay, the king nine just fold. Man, we run so bad. Like, look at this hand. Fucking drive me nuts tonight. Like, the fact they get paid off too is even more annoying because the pair that gives me the king, like, just completely crushed. Two outs, essentially. I guess five outs or whatever, but still, fuck me. So tilting, man. God, that's so tilting. Probably should be quitting soon because kind of just raging out a whole bunch. Like, fucking the fish, the regs, just bing, 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 bing. That's insanity. Okay, we're just gonna double barrel on the king. Okay, we take it down. Down here, double barrel on with the jack seven. Obviously, any diamond, any 10, any jack we can barrel on. Some jacks we check back on. 10 of diamonds, we obviously double barrel on. Filling calls, very good river. Hopefully at 6-7. Okay, I'm gonna shove against this villain. They've shown a willingness to hero call us quite often. And we're basically saying we have like Jack Queen. And I've seen this villain hero call, 4-5 and stuff. Or like Ace 10 here. 4. Especially if he has like Jack 10 or Queen 10. He does let it go, unfortunately. I let the tilt get just. Oof. I'm just gonna give up here against the fish. Snap checks, gross, 10-7. Nice. Crazy call. I guess the 5 or the 9, but still. Those are always hilarious when you win with like 8 high in those spots, but what do you do? Alright, so this villain's obviously one of these guys, so I think we can go like 31 and be able to jam into him a lot. Like, I think he's going to call a lot of the time here. Not this time, though. Okay, King Queen suited. Okay, we're going to have a hand brewing here. We can attack that pretty aggressively because the more recreational villains are not like checking their 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces there. So most of the time when they check there, they'll either give up on the flop or give up on the turn with like a medium pocket pair or like ace high, king high type hands. Okay, we take it down with ace king. We're just going to call here. It is a massive open, but again, this guy's obviously got a massive range. 80%, 48% VPIP, the whole shebang. Okay. Kings, queens, ace jack. Oh man, I feel like queen 10 here. Um, Missed a c bet there for sure. I'm not sure, but just got to win some hands here. We haven't been able to hit too many monsters really. Um, so far today, we've run most for losses have just come from coolers. Hasn't been much we could have done about it. There's one hand we got bluffed on, but kind of meh. I could have called down on it. But outside of that, I think we pretty much just could have. Here we have 10-7, obviously. Yes, we get paid off. Nice by the deuce. Cool. Okay, and we're bumping Jack 10 suited. Okay, down here with the Ace King, we're just going to bet. So we 3-bet him. Now we're c-betting him, and then we're just going to be blasting a lot of turns. Here we're going to check back on the 10. We do c-bet this some portion of the time as well. We just take it down with the Ace King. I will call 1 here. If I had ace 10, ace queen, or ace jack, I would value bet there, but with jack 10, I think it's just a little too light. Can maybe value that two pair against this villain, even that weak of a two pair. Okay, here pick up king seven, top two against the turd. He's just not going to have anything, pretty much ever. Okay. And this villain's just like the nittiest of like nits out there. Okay, we need to pay attention here. Now that we're three-handed, we're just mass overfolding. Okay, we're going to continue value betting though. If we get check raised, we need to proceed cautiously. Very, very cautiously. Once he just calls again, I think you just go for three streets of value here with top two. Down, you're just chasing draws probably at that point. Okay, jack deuce off, we're just checking. And we will find a table to replace this heads up battle. I would. He was going to leave. See what table we join. Perfect. Down here, pocket sixes. We'll just see the flop. We're just going to check that board. Just looking for. Okay, that's a pretty good table. We'll get on the wait list for this table. And we are going to double barrel up here on the king. Nice. Villain checks down. I thought it was on that table. Sorry, guys. Villain checks down. We end up winning. They were chasing the ace of diamonds. Probably a good spot for them to bluff there some portion of the time. Here we do see bet small once. Wow. They just pot into us on the turn. I'm not really sure what's going to do this. I'm going to call. Now check down. Yeah. Very weird line for a queen. I don't think a queen would do that. Especially because they're not really going to have too much ace, queen, king in their range. Against the button open. Here at the ace jack, we raise. Looks like Drew showed up, ran hot, and dipped. Took his late night winnings and ran with it. Literally ran right at the door. Okay. Okay, we do double barrel here. The ace nine, take it down. Majority of our losing sessions come from just like coolers and then tilting. So one thing we need to work on is it's like if you're getting coolered, who cares? You know, if you're getting outplayed, that's one thing. But if you're just running into coolers, you got to deal with it and move on. Otherwise, instead of excuse me, your downswing in that session being 2, 3 buy-ins, it ends up being like 6 or 5, right? You keep that couple extra just from that little extra bit of tilt. Uh, can like really negatively, drastically impact your win rate. I do appreciate everybody who is coming to the stream, checking out the channel. Feel free to chat, ask questions. Um, if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed and following along. And do hit that thumbs up button. It really does help get the stream out there more. Up here, we have ace-5 suited. We're getting double barreled into. Just not much for us. We do block like 5-6 and 5-8 and stuff, but he's not gonna have. He has a lot of other hands that are pretty strong here that can double barrel and call, so you're not gonna be looking to push him off much in that specific scenario. Over here with the eights, we should just check back flop multi-way. Be happy with the free card, chance to get the showdown, all that good stuff. Down here, we overbet bluff a turn after flop goes check check, and then we value bet river. Nice. Down here, I think I'm going to overbet. I don't think he has like a king or a queen often enough, and I want to try to fold out like pocket eights or something like that. So I think we get a lot of folds here. The fact that he's tanking, he probably has a 10. Call. Nice. That was a weird line. It just didn't make any sense for the way it played out for it to be any kind of value. Eat a Big of Dog says, "What's up?" Okay, we're gonna bump the ace-7 off. Okay, we got a good table here. So this table is going to be being, okay, we're just going to delete it now. I should wait to the big blind, but it's leaving. And it's going to be replaced. Oh, good thing we didn't dip. Look at that. Pocket king is off the horn. This table will be replacing it. Most likely scenario, Moisture just folds here. He does. We take it down with kings. Perfect. Easy enough. All is well. And we'll replace it with this table. Okay, we're going to bump the ace-4 suited down here. Ace deuce, we're just going to check here, given villain's stack size. And, okay, we sit down, pick up queens. We're just going to ISO raise here. And we're going to check the queens in this scenario. He checks back. We'll give him one more chance to bluff. He does. We call. And we check to him again. He does unfortunately end up checking back. Eat a Bag of Dogs is going well. The Colossal Run, that has turned around in a few weeks, so that's been nice. Have a challenge. Nice. Glad to hear it. I guess I better. Okay, you're gonna bump. All right, let's get onto our table here. We'll go sevens. We're gonna bump the sevens. Um, yeah, that's great. Glad to hear it. Okay, so we got sevens down here. We picked up pocket eights up here, and we got a raise and a call. So we are going to be, of course, cold three betting here. And we're going to be barreling flop. Okay, so down here, it's Rose three bet. Yeah, the check back is great. She does check all the like jacks plus though, so nice. That's what we wanted to see, obviously. But there's so much like um, aces, jacks, tens, queens, kings are all in her range. So is obviously the ace king, the ace queen, that kind of stuff. Um, we're just gonna value bet half pot here, I think. Just trying to get called by like aces. I wonder how often she has ace king suited if she shoves there. It's probably not a bluff very often, but we do beat a lot still. Okay. If you guys are following the stream, make sure you hit that like, hit subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It does help promo it. If you're over on Twitch, make sure you follow along. We are inching ever so close to being monetized. We need about 150 more subs and like 800 more watch hours, which is actually pretty doable. Like if I manage to stream at decent times for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, like straight every other day or something like that, I'm pretty sure we would get fully monetized in that period. Okay. Where are we at here? Waiting for somebody to move on this table. Okay. Fold queen five. Microphone's awfully loud right now. We should turn that down a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. All right, pick up ace king. Okay, so pick up ace king. Line punts opens under the gun. We are going to be three betting here. Anytime I'm streaming, my sizings are a bit weird because I have the table jumping attached to my keypad. So it's just too annoying to type in certain bet sizes sometimes. Up here, I'm just going to float in with the fives, I think, out of the big blind. Down here, villain opens under the gun. We three bet from the cutoff. Villain four bets us. We call. Okay. So villain does continue to lead into us. We just call here. And we go for value. Once he checks to us, oh, what a gross snap checks. You would think if you had a queen, he'd consider it. We do lose to aces. Ace king, pocket jacks, pocket tens. Probably doesn't have like a ton of those in his four bet range, given how deep we are. I think we just check here. Probably lose a lot. We'll call that a win, though. Hey, big bluff here. Oh, we got through. Nice. We squeeze three bet ace queen, barreled flop, barreled turn, and then shove river. Some villains you need to do an awkward bet sizing because some villains when you three-quarter pot and then just shove, they're calling a lot more than if you go three-quarter pot small size. Wait a second, this is not even on cam. Um, so here's the hand that we missed with the bluff. Basically, raise, call, squeeze, call. We barrel flop, they call. We barrel small on the turn, they call, and then we jam river. Recreationals aren't going to read into bet sizing enough. They're just going to read into that we went three bet, 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 shove versus like C bet, shove, and it's going to look a lot stronger to them. So they end up folding significantly wider, in my opinion. So I do like taking that line every once in a while. Against regs, not so much. Like against a reg, I would have just like three-quarter pot shoved because I would do that with all my value. So I'll do it with bluffs as well. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I think you need, from what I understand, it's only going to be beneficial if you can hold out for a year. Oh shit. All right, we got to get into this game. All right, we're going to fold here, we're going to fold here, we're going to fold here. Folding the queen nine. All right, we got a hand here to play. Bump the ace eight off. And we'll fold there. All right. There's way too many short-handed tables here. It's making it a little bit more difficult to keep up and chat and roll with it. But we'll see what we can do. Okay, you got pocket kings over here. This guy's three bet. It's so tight. We just let it go. Three betting so tight, it's not worth the attack. Okay. All right, and against Lucky Albert, Albert's gonna check now. Check call one, but like probably check folding river. Guess we saved on some rate. Against Bond Dizzle, I think we'll just do a nice little tiny three bet since we're getting. And Sam will let that go. That's a big three bet. We can fold to that. Okay, heads up here. We're going to value bet the ace. Okay. Score. Okay. Okay. All right. We got another table over here. It's not any better, so we'll dump that one. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm definitely curious, but that's my understanding too. Like, Yeah, I think it's like better for Rex because they have an easier time to make 50%, and then it's like slightly worse for regs unless you can like hold off until the end of the year and collect all of your reg back all at once with like maxed out points or something. Say if you're against Albert, we are going to value bet, and we do boat up on the river. Go a little bit smaller just to try to collect a little bit extra out of him. King 10, beautiful. Whoa, how did all that money just go in with his jack offsuit? Damn, that's the guy we want to bank, not the other way around. Pinball. Oh, 7. Okay, up here we're gonna barrel the ace jack. Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know what to think about it, but not excited. I mean, if it drives a bunch of more recreationals to the site, maybe it's cool, but it is going to be a promo, and I guarantee you there's going to be some sort of deposit bonus that goes along with it for recreationals. That would be my assumption. Um, so it might turn into something a little bit. Okay, 7-8 suited, we're going to bump that up. Okay, bump here, barrel the fours. Okay, we just take that down here on the heads up table. We called, we hit a 6. We let in villain, he called. We're going to barrel again. And we have kings here, and then we have queens over here. Just take it down with the sixes. Okay, the kings. 3 betting. And against Lucky Albert, we will be 3 betting here with the queens. The kings, we just take it down, no action. Same with the queens, we just take it down, no action. Okay. Yeah, it may be a bit better for Rex and decent words for mass tabling there, Greg's. Yeah. All right, up here we're just going to put it in with ace 10 against the 15 big stack. Pretty happy to do that. Yeah, we can run it twice if he wants to. All right, I gotta move table. I am heads up here, but it's just too much going on. Okay, looks like he 79. Oh, we won all the. Yeah, we ran the straight on the first one, and then we banked the pair on the second one. Okay, up here with pocket tens, we're up against pancakes. King 10 4, pretty standard spot. Just going to be continuation betting here. Especially with no king, we want to really attack his range because he can have some ace king, some king queen, some king jack, some jack queen. So we are just going to keep blasting into him here. Um, and pretty much just not stopping. All right, money's in. We do lose to Jack Queen now, but that's it. So money goes in. No snap call, so it's probably not Jack Queen. Could be Ace X with a heart. I think could be like Ace King. Could be King Queen. He shouldn't be overly worried about the ace, given my barreling. And down here, we do get it in small pot at 20 bigs with King Jack, or Ace Jack versus King Jack. Pick the ace, good to go. We were ahead when the money went in, anyways. He ends up tank folding. Okay. Okay, I think we found ourselves a bit of a comeback. Hmm. Think we probably need to barrel again against Lucky Albert. I imagine, yeah, he's just calling way too often on the flop. Too many weak holdings, and not willing to like continue defending. So if we are going to be blasting into him on the flop, I think we need to make sure we're doing it with hands that can barrel a lot of turn cards. Chopped up to 10-9. Okay, down here we're multi-way. We're just calling here. Make trips on the turn. Very good turn card for us. We're gonna have a value bet now. Um, with both of us calling, it rose is going to end up. Guess we check here. Okay, value bet up here. I guess we fold the 9-10 now. All right, pick up aces. Yeah, queen 10. Ace king. Nice. Okay, we were behind the whole time. All right, so we have aces here. We have kings here that we're continuation betting with. We have aces here that we're going to be three betting with. We got no action with the kings. Let's see if we get a four bet here from Pancake. In order to get four bet, he's going to have queens, kings, or ace king. Maybe jacks some portion of the time here. Yeah, I have no issues with you guys watching the stream. I'm sure lots do it. Okay. Check here. Stream's slowly starting to grow more. Again, we're trying to get to that 50 watchers, but that's definitely gonna be more. Definitely gonna be tough. But I think once we start climbing the stakes more, more people will start to file. But we have been streaming for 3 or so hours here now. And I think we are going to be calling it shortly. Okay, so up here, the money's going in. We raised pre, they just called. We bet flop, they called, and now we're just going to jam turn. They only got 17 bigs, so we have a bajillion outs. So probably up against King X, Jack 10. Okay, cash is out, and we frick it hard. That's too bad. Okay, we chop up here with the ace queen. Okay, sevens. What are we going on for 2 hours? Almost 3 hour stream. Kind of short, but decent for us. It's getting late though. I think I am going to call it here. Okay, so we'll wait till the tables all end out here. Yeah, but we did make a pretty good comeback after that massive like 6 buy-in downswing. We got a lot of it back. Okay, we just showed down sevens. Sixes, nice, big win. Okay, so okay, we got pocket tens down here. No action. Okay, so we're just gonna play through these tables and then sort of move on from there. We'll do a quick chart update. Relatively happy, you know. Nothing can three bet the king queen off there some portion of the time. For those of you guys on YouTube, we also have the Twitch stream that's up and running. I use like a chat that does, so when I chat, it chats to both YouTube and Twitch. So it's maybe a bit confusing if people see a chat kind of rolling through on YouTube, but it's actually happening over on Twitch. So feel free to add that up and join in. Okay, so that's it for the session. Let's pull up the chart to see how, in the end, where we landed. So, yeah, overall, survivable. So we started off down almost 100, ran it up to plus 286, and then had a mad downswing here. Lost 3 buy-ins to one guy, and then like a buy-in and a half to another guy, and then a couple tilty pots in between. Um, and then we did manage to pull our way out of it though. So we ended up up to, what's that, 238, 228, 228, 3,100 hands, up 228. So that's like 4.5 buy-ins. Um, Relatively happy. It's like 15 BBs or something like that per 100. So overall, pretty good stream. Viewer count was higher than normal. Like didn't average as high as I would have liked, but we are still probably sitting around 8 or so each time. So hopefully we can keep growing that. Make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit that thumbs up, check out the videos. I appreciate everybody, and we'll be back again soon. I want to do like a 24-hour stream or 48-hour stream, or like stream until move down on 100, which we will be doing shortly. I think the bankroll is at like 7K now after today's session. So I don't know. We were saying 100 buy-ins just to feel comfortable, because you do when you're playing 8 or 9 tables or 12 tables or whatever, you do swing pretty heavily in one session. Like look at this. We went from down 2 buy-ins. We won on what's that, like an 8 buy-in upswing, and then we went on a 6 buy-in downswing, and then we went on a 4.5 buy-in upswing, all over 3,000 hands. So it's pretty, you know, heavy variance. But either way, somewhere between the 8 and 10K, we're going to just start playing NL 100, and then um, get through that, then move up to NL 200, NL 500, NL 1K. And the goal, obviously, this bankroll is to hit 100K and then be playing NL 1K at least by the end of it. Uh, and we'll